Did you know there are more than 7.2 million horses in the United States alone? Today, I'm going to give you my knowledge and keep you informed about the diversity of horses, training, along with basic horsemanship. So I'm credible upon the subject because I've worked with numerous horses every day for multiple years among different trainers, and I've learned many perspectives and methods upon training. So we're going to talk about the variety, handling, and training horses. So there's not one horse that is the exact same as the other, so you can't treat all of them the same. When it comes to having a relationship with a horse, trust is the first thing. They're trusting you to take care of them, and you are trusting a 1,200-pound animal with your life. So first we have wild versus domesticated horses, which wild would be your free horses, and domesticated would be the horses that are born into being pleasure horses, which are the ones that most people own. Every horse has different temperaments, and that makes them not think and act the same. So there are different needs for each horse involving their diets, their supplements, their minerals, their age, their bloodlines, their breeds, and there's different lifespans for every horse. Normally, a horse lives between 20 and 30. Sometimes they will make it to 40, but it's not that common. So horses learn to listen to nonverbal and verbal cues. Your nonverbal cues would be you're talking, you're saying like you're stop, and your verbal cues would be using pressure with either your legs while you're riding or on the ground using pressure to teach them to use their legs. As stated in the Journal of Equine Vet Sciences, we examine the association of personality with breed, age, sex, training, stereotypes, and misbehaviors. When handling large animals, there are many things to take into account, like how they're going to act, how they're going to be, and all the different schedules they may have. It takes a lot of planning and scheduling to make sure that all horses are well taken care of. Tasks include our daily tasks like feeding and watering them, and our weekly tasks, that would be looking at their shoes, making sure their teeth are all okay, and then our monthly tasks would be trimming their hooves and making sure they're dewormed, which would be a little paste that goes in their mouth to make sure they don't get worms in their stomach. So we feed our horses a variety of different things, whether it's hay, grain, supplements, alfalfa, three-way, and then we feed them on an irregular offset basis, so that way they have a lower risk of colicking, which is serious and deadly for horses. It is a problem that happens when their gut twists, and it can cause death in horses. So when we tack up our horses, we do our saddle pad and our saddle, and we make sure that everything on the horse is comfortable for them and that it works specifically for them so that no way it could pinch them. We normally ride our horses after in the mornings or in the evenings, and then after we always make sure they're not dehydrated. We offer them water, we rinse them off, make sure they're not getting overheated, and we offer them grain just in case that they used all their calories, so we like to replace them and replenish. And so now that I've introduced you to the tasks of handling horses, I'm going to inform you about how we train horses. So there are many different methods to training and desensitizing horses, whether it's among different trainers. There's always different techniques that everyone uses. And we like to desensitize our horses, which makes them basically bomb-proof. And that would be like them not getting scared at little things, like someone running at them, making sure kids can be around them. And then that all relates back to the trust that you have with them. You form a bond and you make them trust you, and then make them trust the riders that they have. And then this is one of our green horses right now. Her name's Pennell. She's a baby. And this is an example of her being round penned. So that basically promotes trust, and it helps secure their footing, and when they join up, it promotes the responsibility and trust that you've formed with them, the connection that they trust you and you trust them. So next we do lunging, we do groundwork and ground driving. Our groundwork basically teaches them how to use their feet and how to work off pressure, which allows for a better experience for horse and rider. And then ground driving also promotes trust and listening. So if you're on your horse, you want to make sure they can listen to you from above and make sure they're not going to get scared that you're talking over them or you're on them and everything. So now that you have some knowledge upon horses and how they're taken care of and how they're trained, I'm going to conclude my speech with responsibility. To have horses, you need to have much responsibility because it can be quite dangerous at times, whether it's just a common task or something that's new that you're trying. You never know exactly how they're going to react, and they never know exactly how they're going to react. So you just want to make sure everyone that is participating with the horse is aware of that and they know what the risks can be. With that being said, horses are very unique animals, and I challenge all of you to either maybe work with horses, go to an equine rescue, or expand your knowledge upon horses.